Alright, hi! In today's video I will start talking about the Rift update because it has come out today and I have just been let in Skyblock since the maintenance is now over. As you can see, the TPS currently is absolutely godly, and if you look here, it's under construction, which is incredible. From what I have seen on Cowshed, the collections have been released despite not being visible here, but new powers should be in here. Yeah, right. Sanguisage. Probably, I have no idea how to pronounce that. This NPC on the Crimson Isle sells Grand XP bottles for prices that are way lower than the ones on the bazaar. Anyways, unless if you are unfamiliar somehow, Rift is a new update which is accessed by the Wizard portal. It offers a brand new dimension, which looks just like the hub, but isn't really. So yeah, Rift is a dimension that's accessed through this portal. In it, any stats or anything you have don't matter, with few exceptions. Alright, to enter Rift you need Dimensional Infusion, which you can buy using Grand Experience bottles or bits, but you get one for free every 4 hours. So I'm going to jump to the portal and explain what you can do here. Here you have to, again, go through some dialogue, which will introduce you to this place by asking questions. You're located in Rift Tower, and here you see that you have Rift Time. Rift Time is amount of time you can spend in this dimension before being kicked out. You have to progress the quest by following these breadcrumbs, which is quite simple. You will quickly learn how this works. You will meet mobs like Shy and appear in Wyld Woods, which you can then explore. I will go throughout the things you can do in Wyld Woods in this video, because I've managed to study them quite hard on Alpha Network. Once you are back in the tower, you can progress the quest further. I don't think this has any particular purpose since you didn't get any quest progress, but it's still a nice thing to do. This ability also features a Rift guide that is in your Skyblock menu, or its version of it in here. It provides a guide to every single area that appears here. You can talk through the NPCs in Wizard Tower to learn a bit more, as well as unlocking this guy. This guy is a feature of the fast travel. Over there's an area called Broken Cage, in which you meet the NPC Portal, which has 8 eyes scattered around this dimension, which after killing you get some permanent Rift time as well as the ability to fast travel. However, to fight the eyes you first have to talk to the NPC. The first thing you should do, no matter what you want to do in Rift, is talk to this NPC under the Wizard Tower called the Enigma here. This guy will tell you about Enigma souls, which are scattered around the island and, similar to Fair souls, grant you bonuses that you definitely want. But before unlocking that, you need 100 motes. Motes are obtained through killing mobs, selling items, or by picking up these funky orbs. After unlocking Enigma Cloak, you can equip it like any other, and it will give you 20 Rift time for every Rift soul you find. There are 42 on this island, which gives 840, which is 14 minutes. So after getting this, you can get Enigma souls around this island, which I will do throughout this video and put it on the end, so you can skip to that if you are interested in that. While in the Rift you should kill some Shies, because they have this drop called Shy Crux, which is very important for progressing if you wish to get armor. If you wish to just speedrun through this area, you can go behind the Dark Auction Shack and talk to Sirius, who will tell you that he needs a transmission elixir, if I remember correctly the item name. To get that you have to enter the building over there. Area Broken Cage here, which provides a portal as well as some lore regarding Cayman and his escape from the Broken Cage. To unlock the lore you can just click these skulls and you will receive messages. They are pretty easy to find, so You can now talk to Portal and to unlock the eyes there, which I will get to in my next visit. One of the things that are very useful to do in Wyld Woods is to talk to Argofay 3 brothers, which appear in each of the 3 giant trees, and once you talk to all 3 of them, you will have the chance to purchase a sword, which will give you plus 3 rift damage. Be sure to have some modes, because buying the sword costs some coins. Unlocking Wild Sword allows you to kill Shies in 5 hits instead of 6, which is a nice upgrade. For every 4 souls you find, you can talk to Enigma to buy a permanent increase to your speed and mana regen. However, that gets expensive very fast, so I suggest doing that later, because in the next area you unlock a way to get pretty high amount of modes simply. Unless something weird happens on your second visit, you will be required to. Once you get 8 shite corrects, you can craft the corrects talisman, which will give you another 15 rift time, as well as giving you more depending on the amount of in the Wyld Woods, in the trees, there are also a group of NPCs called Argofay traffickers, which sell wild armor. This is another source of rift time, which is something you definitely want to get. Anyways, I've gathered the full wild armor, which gives another minute of rift time. The last questline I will showcase here, because it's the last thing you can do here, is the one of Argofay Bug Hunter. You have to talk to him, then talk to this NPC, purchase larva hooks for 6 cracks per, and then you just have to use it on larvae to get larva silk. If you haven't figured, larvas are these nice things that move around the trees in whatever direction they please, and larva silk will be important in getting Odonata. After buying the larva hook, you have to talk to this NPC again, because otherwise it will not count you the progression for some reason. Now we have to find Odonatas, which are these little bugs that appear between branches, for example over there. And to get to them you have to use larva silk like this. You place it on one block and on another, and between them a wire will be placed. Using the stick you can move between, and then you can just bottle Odonata. Hopefully got it. After getting bottled Odonata, you just have to bring it to this guy. He will eat one of them, and you have to talk to more. 8! If you want to get modes somewhat quicker, you can talk to this guy, who will pay you some coins to get or some resources you get around this island, for example shy cracks or muted bark. But I don't recommend doing that, because the rates are pretty bad and you will need those resources pretty much all the time, and the Leech Supreme gives like 5000 pretty quickly. You can also buy this accessory, which will give you extra time and speed, which is pretty good, and also gives you option to work with other players to obtain larva silk. Once you give him the 8 Odonata, you will receive Silk Rider Safety Belt, giving you plus 60 seconds of rift time and 2 speed, which is very useful, and second piece of equipment you can get here. After talking to the last one, he will tell you that the elixir is supplied by an Argofay alchemist, who, if I remember correctly, appears in this house and is currently bathing. It costs 1 shy cracks, and this you have to give to the series, and by that you will unlock Ender Chest, which allows to transfer rift transferable items between dimensions. So far, not a single item you have obtained is probably capable of that, but he will give you first of those items, which can be NPC sold for 10,000 coins. Well, 100,000 coins apparently. You put it into Ender Chest, and then over here you can take it out. And now that you have Help series, you can access the second area. That, however, I will talk about in the next video. One of the Enigma souls is here in the jump pad, right next to the broken cage. You can obtain just by jumping and clicking midair, which amuses the frogs because they found that impressive. These 5 skulls give you lore, but this 6th one unlocks this opens hole in this tree, which gives Enigma soul number 3. Another Enigma soul can be obtained by following these dandelions and clicking them, which will once again break a block for it to in which it will appear in. First time I got it, I didn't find this because it's here, which is not exactly a place you would normally look. That's 4. Another Enigma soul can be obtained by killing barking wolves, which will require several visits because they attack very fast and each of their hits takes 2 seconds of your rift time. You need 20 barking boots to place on that particular block over there. Once you're under 10 seconds and still in combat, you can still kill mobs, but they will not reduce your rift time, which is pretty nice trick if you manage to use it. Another soul can be obtained by clicking this guy on several locations, which will require some parkour skills, but well, there's nothing that can be done about that. It can be simplified by jumping on this pad, going up and jumping on the trees from here or from various locations, because the thing you have to follow tends to move. Another soul can be obtained by talking to Telcar, which will also give you extra information about this dimension if you are interested in that, which I certainly was. Unless I'm mistaken, the last one is in this water pool, which can be accessed by jumping from height, which is done pretty simply just by going up. You can as well talk to Steady Jacqueline, which will unlock you a pet for another rift time, and then just jump down. This might have been an overkill, but nice. As mentioned, you also need the wire to unlock this soul, just by placing it on each end, moving forward, and then breaking the glass with your fist. And this is all the fairy souls in Wyld Woods. After talking to Steady Jacqueline, she will set you on a quest to find her cat. The cat is in 9 different locations, the first of which is under a tree, which I've forgotten. Yeah, here, right under this root. Montezuma is one of the 2 pets that you can get here. The other is a rift ferret, which I'm not completely sure how you get, but it's nice to get more rift time with every visit. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rift and this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you some other time.